So you banished Nizuki and Mad Marquis to add Nizuki. What the fuck? Okay, this card does not function right now. You have a spell trap in your graveyard. You activate Necro Valley. Here comes Nizuki. And what the fuck? How's it going, everyone? This is Yugioh Gaming. Welcome back to some more of the Duel Masochist challenge. Now, once again, we are starting here because I don't know whether we're keeping the first duel or not. We only keep duels we win and duels that are interesting. So, thank you guys all so much for watching this. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and let's get right into today's duels. Now, of note, there was a rank reset recently. They came out with a version update that made it so that everyone reset in rank. So we are back in bronze. We unfortunately could not get to gold before that cutoff. But yeah, hopefully we can climb back up. Also, next week, Tuesday is Veterans Day. I do not have class that day. So if you guys are interested in seeing maybe a live stream, let me know. I'd be down. Up to you guys though. I would be more than happy to live stream the Masochist challenge. Just to get a bit more progress in, because let's be honest, I haven't been making all that much. Alright, Necro Valley. So we're playing Gravekeepers. I mean, I don't play too much with... I say that as I have one of my graveyard cards in hand right now. Oh, that's fun. Oh, and Barrier Statue of the Torrent. You know, that needs to go. I think we're gonna summon Retaliating Sea Attack into Barrier Statue. So I went to battlefield. What the fuck am I doing? Oops. Okay, well, in that case, we set Retaliating Sea because I fucked up. This way, at least, if they start special summoning shit, I have Maxi ready to go, and if they try to OTK me, I have Veil to protect me at least a little. The fucking Barrier Statue. Okay, activating Pod of Extravagance. So banish 6 from the extra. Draw 2, cannot draw for the rest of the turn. It wasn't this card, it was another card. I think it was it was another pot card that we pulled and then got banned right after. And it was so unfortunate. Okay, so there's a good chance one of these shits is Mirror Force. And if it is, I'm gonna cry. Go battle phase. Retaliating Sea attacks the Barrier Statue of the Torrent. Dogmatica Punishment. Okay. Probably a good thing then that I didn't summon something else, because I bet you anything we're getting Entis out of this. If I had to guess. Oh, nope, they sent Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon. Okay. Well, main phase 2. We'll summon Cypher Twin. Or at least protect our life points. And end phase. As long as Cypher Twin survives, which it's looking likely considering what all they have. I don't know what we're facing off against this time enough. If I'm being completely honest, I'm slightly scared of that fact. Oh, this could have been... I guess the first card they set was Dogmatica Punishment, so that would have happened regardless of what I did. Still, though, that's unfortunate. But of all the types I don't have much of in the deck, it had to be waters. Oh, and why is Gravekeepers of all things running a bunch of waters? At the very least, once we do break this lock, we have plenty of gas. Go battle phase. Cypher 20 attacks barrier statue. Main phase 2. We control 1 level 4 and nothing else, so we can special summon ZS Arm Sage. Solemn Strike. That's fine. Because we can normal summon Veil. And now we special summon into Code Talker. Which anything I'm getting a negate. God, that was the worst voice crack I've ever had. Bet you anything though I'm getting a negate somewhere at this combo. Alright, then we activate Backup Agnister. We do control a Cyber Summon from the extra deck. Veiler targeting Code Talker? If I had to guess. Or were they trying to Veiler the thing in hand? And that's fine, I wasn't planning on letting Code Talker stick around anyway. Backup Agnister's effect activates. You go and search out... let's grab Mad Hacker. And then we'll discard Double Hooking, because with Necro Valley on the field, we're never going to be able to use it anyway. And now we special summon into Crusadia Equimax. Already went through battle phase, so unfortunately can't do anything else. We just go ahead and go to end. And they surrender. All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're off to a good start on the day. That was the first duel, and that's our first win. Let's go ahead and see what we get in our new pack. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a shiny pack, so let's see what we get out of it. Hoping for something at the very least strong and generic. Crystal Release, that is the exact opposite. God damn, I love the Crystal Beast archetype, and they are near and dear to my heart. But I can't use this. Oh, Sword Soul Blackout. Target 1 worm you control. Okay, we can't even use that either. Odd Eyes Vortex requires Odd Eyes. Well, I mean, I guess we do have some eyes. Let's go ahead and read some more. When this card is special summon, you can target 1 opponent's attack position monster, return to the hand. When a spell trap card or another monster's effect is activated, you can shuffle 1 face-up pendulum monster from your extra deck into the deck. Negate the activation if you do destroy that card. You can only use each effect of Odd Eyes Vortex once per turn. That's not too bad, honestly. If we had a full pendulum deck, I feel like that'd be like one of the better bosses in the deck. The problem is I don't have the cards for a full Odd Eyes deck. I'd love to run it, I can't. Predaplant Spider Orchid. During your main phase, if this card is activated this turn, you can target 1 other face-up card in your Spell and Trap zone. In the Spell and Trap zone, destroy it. You can only use this effect of Predaplant Spider Orchid once per turn. During the end phase of this card's normal special summon this turn, you can discard 1 plant monster, add 1 level 4 or lower plant monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Predaplant Spider Orchid once per turn. We have a lot of plants. I may look at doing a plant deck, because there was a while there where we were getting like free packs out of like a Trap Tricks event, I think it was. I could be wrong on that, but we may look into doing a plant deck in the future. For right now, we'll keep that in the back of our heads. Ignite Crusader. I mean, Pendulum Skill 2 ain't bad. If you have an Ignite card in your other Pendulum Zone, you can destroy both cards in your Pendulum Zones, and if you do, add 1 Fire Warrior monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And of course, he's a normal, so he doesn't have any monster effect. I mean, it requires ignites to have any sort of effect. Other than that, he's just a decent scale. Not even the best scale we have, so that's probably going on the back burner. Oh, there's our Scareclaw Straddle. You can activate one of the following effects. Target one Scareclaw monster or Visa Starfrost in your monster zone. In one face of monster your opponent controls, your monster gains attack and defense equal to your opponent's monster's attack or defense. When a card effect is activated that targets a Scareclaw monster or Visa Starfrost you control, negate that effect. Now, unfortunately, I don't believe I control either of these, or I don't own either of these. So, super rare went down the drain. Ooh, a Shiranui though. We have been looking at maybe doing a zombie deck, so that's going to be useful in the future. You can only use special summon Shiranui Squire Saga once per turn. Once per turn you can banish one face of monster you control in your graveyard, then apply these effects in sequence, depending on what the monster was before it was banished, if it was any of these. Zombie, you can have all monsters you control gain 300 attack. I believe that is permanent, because there is no until end of turn. Fire, you can destroy one spell trap on the field. Synchro, you can destroy one monster on the field. Definitely keeping you in mind for when we do eventually build a zombie deck. For right now, though, again, back burner. Carbonetin. This card battles a fire monster during damage calculation. This card gains 1000 attack during damage calculation only. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon from your hand or deck one level 7 or lower dragon normal monster in face of defense position. I mean, it's interesting. The normal part makes that kind of suck, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe if we actually had like a full dragon deck, I might use it, but for right now, again, this is kind of going in the back of the... It's going in the trunk. But anyway, that is our first pack of the day. Unfortunately, not many hits for our current deck. We have some picks for like maybe future side decks. Right now, I feel like the Cybersec is going to be the main deck, but we may entertain some side strategies. But anyway, let's go ahead and get right into the second duel of the day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, not the greatest start. the double hooking is certainly a strategy. And we're also going second, so again, someone who decided he didn't want to play at all. That has... Okay, Jesus, you would think I was playing just a Battle Unboxer deck. What the fuck is going on? Alright, summon Chief second. Because of Chief second, we can normal summon Veil. Set double hookings, set double hookings, set Floodgate. Special summon into Granosaurus Giga. And attack for 2200, I guess. I don't have anything else I can do. Go battle phase, attack 2200. End phase. Now the hope is that this person has bricked horribly and just can't play the game. That is the hope right now, because if that's the case, we can kill them in 2 more turns. Okay, they do set 1. Let's see what it is. Hopefully it's not like Maneater Bug. Oh, hello, Nitro Head. I'm not going to be able to summon you for a while. Alright, let's summon Glassjaw. Go battle phase. Giga Cannon attacks the face down. It's a Mole Charmy. Giga Cannon effect activates. Detach a Chief second. To inflict 1000, gain 1000. Attack for 2000. And actually, we can just go ahead and win right here, because I forgot that that happens. Discard Nitro Head. Special summon Nitro Head and Chief second. In fact, I think this is exactly enough. Yeah, this is exactly game. Nitro Head attacks. Chief second attacks. Not quite an OTK, but still very strong. Alrighty then. Ladies and gentlemen, that is another win on the day. We are doing really well. That was very quick too. That was a quick win. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and see what all we can grab. And after this one, I might actually look at building one of those side decks just to make this more interesting. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, just a standard pack. Honestly though, fine with that. Let's see what all we get. Overload. Ooh. I do like me some Sidras. I need more actual Sidras to make this work, though. Fusion summon one Dark Machine fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing materials mentioned on it from your field or graveyard. Correct me if I'm wrong. The only Dark Machine fusions are the Sidras, or at the very least, the Chimera Techs. Blacklist. Okay, that's getting even more specific. I don't have a BLS. Blackwing Gladius the Midnight Sun. If the only face-up monster you control is one Blackwing monster other than Blackwing Gladius the Midnight Sun, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. I mean, that second part's pretty nice for me right now. I might have to see if I have enough Blackwings to make that, because I know I've said this exact sentence before. Of, do I have enough Blackwings to make this work? I might have to look at my Blackwing collection. Different Dimension Deep Sea Trench. When this card resolves, banish one water monster from your hand, graveyard, or face up on your field. Excuse me. Then, when this face-up card on the field is destroyed, special summon that banished monster to your side of the field. I mean, generic water sport's pretty nice, but that's a lot of hoops. Hey, it's another Vernisylph. We had this card before, and he's been a star in some of the decks, but we did end up cutting him when the Cybers deck came around because we needed more effects than just our Earth monsters. Still though, nice seeing you again, man. Gaia the Midnight Sun. You can only use each effect once per turn. You can turn one light monster, add one level 4 Dark Warrior type monster from your deck to your hand, then send one card from your hand to the graveyard. You can banish one dark monster from your graveyard, then target one monster on the field that loses 500 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. Both of those effects are fairly mediocre. I mean, the search is nice, but at the same time, I don't run that much to make that worth it, so. Orbital Bombardment. Send one alien monster from your side of the field to the graveyard to activate this card. Destroy one spell or trap on... Okay. Wow. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's not... I'm not even gonna waste any more brain cells on that than I have to. Armoroid. If this card tributes summoned by trimming out at least one Roid monster, banish all spells and traps on the field. This is interesting, and this is where I get to share a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! History. You know why a lot of Speed Roid cards specify that it can only work with like Wind Roids, and a lot of like the newer Roid support only works with non-Wind Roids? It's because of this right here. They technically are semi part of the same archetype. A lot of the old Roid support works for Speed Roids, and it's not good. A lot of the old Roid support is not good, but it is incredibly funny that they didn't think they were going to use Roid ever again. Because they didn't even bother giving the archetype an actual name. They just attached Roid to the end of words. And now Speed Roid is technically wrapped up in that as its own separate archetype that it just sort of exists alongside the original Roids with their support. With that, I think I could get this effect to work because I know for a fact I have at least one Speed Roid. I have one Speed Roid Pendulum monster. Fuck, what was it? I know I have one. This is gonna bother me unless I look it up. Give me a sec. Yeah, it's just incredibly funny because it resulted in this very... It resulted in something I doubt anyone at Konami thought would happen. Yeah, I have a couple of Speedroids, actually. Quite a few. Yeah, Takatombor, Gumprize. I remember these guys. These were part of like the original deck. Pachinko Cart, Ultra Hound, Denden Daiko Duke, and Malicious Magnet. As well as, of course, extra deck High Speed Roid Chambara. Yeah. We could technically do Roids with those. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to be right back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see if I can't make a zombie deck out of what cards I have. If I can, awesome. If I can't, oh well. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've done some looking. Unfortunately, I don't think we have the cards to really justify any new decks at the moment. Zombies was a total crapshoot, and plants. The best strategy I could come up with for them was using the Aromage cards, which I don't have that many of. So instead, we're just going to keep doing Cyberus until we get critical mass of cards to do another archetype. For right now, Cyber. Not the greatest starting hand. I really need to cut some of these. I guess we are going first. Let's give him the classic Yu-Gi-Oh! 3 face downs and a set monster. Going back to the grade school playground. Okay, Raid Raptor Mimicry Lanius. Activating Pain Lanius. We leave it be for now. Set 1. Okay. Sea summoning into 4 Strix. This we time space trap hole. That way they don't get their search. Yep, banish Mimicry Lanius to add a Raid Raptor from deck to hand. Bloom Vulture. Activate Bloom Vulture's effect. Special summon Raider's Wing and Bloom Vulture. This time we Torrential. And just like that, we've kind of fucked over, we've kind of fucked them over, huh? Alright, summon Glassjaw. Go battle phase. Attack directly for 2,000. Pass turn. Unfortunately, Glassjaw can never be destroyed by battle. So, that's a little unfortunate, but... Yep, so Bloom Vulture resummons itself, and Raider's Wing, and now they get their 4 Strix combo, and now we're in trouble. Believe it or not, I had a Raid Raptors deck a while back. It was pretty good, and I very rarely lost with it. So I know how strong this deck can be. Yep, Strangle Lanius, he can use that to special summon because he controls a dark monster. Raider's Wing effect activates in graveyard, detach a material, summon itself back, so now he can go into Raider's Knight. Raider's Knight searches out, or doesn't search out, but he ranks up into the level 5. The level 5 searches out the rank up spell. The rank up spell lets you go into, because he has, it'd be 5, 4, 4, so 13, so he'd be able to get into the boss monster. Yep, Brave Strix. Brave Strix searches out, yeah, just 1 material from this card set, 1 Raid Raptor spell trap from deck. Oh, hold on, he's doing a different thing. Raid Raptor Phantom Knight's Claw. Oh, that's why he has a rank up magic. So Phantom Knight's rank up magic launch. Ranking up 4 Strix into Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Gotta say, this is a different combo than I'm used to. Actually, if he activates this effect, he fucks himself over. Because Glassjaw then won't destroy itself. Yeah, negates its own effect. You destroyed it by battle, therefore Liberty at last shuffles these 2. We're still in a bad position, but my god, are we surviving? Okay, set Salamangreat Mole. He controls a monster, so he can't use Bloom Vulture this turn. Okay, flip summon Vanishing. Go battle phase, but we can activate Froline. Now on our turn we can pay 800, take that Vanishing Lanius, and start going into our Link plays. We're gonna be living on the edge. One bad move means we're... actually, that's... no. Because I would die from the battle damage before that ever happened, so... Let's flip summon Salamangreat Mole. Summon Veil. Then go into Code Talker. Suppose we could go ahead and go into Crusadia, but I don't want to just yet. I want to do the Froline play so that I take his Lanius and then do that play. Okay, sir, you have something you can respond. I guess we won't get to see that. Oh, okay. I talked shit about the trap cards at the start of that duel. They are what saved me there. Because my god, the bag of tricks I pulled on that man. He fucked himself, if I'm being honest. Because, let me go into match history real quick. By the way, I am cutting these two duels. This one was full power, like Horus Kashtira, and then this one was Branded Despia. Both of them were not interesting. But anyway, he fucked himself over when he used Arc Rebellion Exceed Dragon's effect. If he had just left it alone and attacked into Glassjaw, Glassjaw would have destroyed itself by effect and Liberty at Last would have never went off. Yeah, that goes to show you, kids. Don't just click buttons. But anyway, let's go ahead and crack a pack. Alright, just a regular pack, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing too special, but here's what we got. Mementotlin Goblin. So this is like the Memento archetype. I do know about this. During the main phase, if you control Mementoal Tekutlika, combined creation. Quick effect. Oh wait, no, this isn't the Memento archetype. Feels like it should be, but this is something different. You can discard this card for the rest of this turn. Your opponent cannot target Memento. Oh no, it is Memento. Never mind. Monsters you control with card effects. During the main phase, you can destroy one Memento monster you control. If you do, send up to 2 Memento cards with different names from each other from your deck to the graveyard, except Mementotlin Goblin. That name is going to give me a stroke every time I say it. Rising Fire. This card is only treated as a Salamangreat card. If you control no monsters, activate this card by targeting 1 fire monster in your graveyard. Special summon and equip it with this card. The equipped monster gains 500 attack. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. If this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can banish 1 monster on the field. That's honestly not too bad. The fact that it's generic and not specific to Salamangreats is very nice. I'll have to keep that in mind. Evil Eye Retribution. When spell trap cards activate while you control an Evil Eye monster, we can stop reading there. Salamandra with Chain. Target 1 fire monster on the field, equip this card. Does the game want me to play fire? Equip this card to it as a equip card that gives it 700 attack, and you can change 1 effect monster on the field to face down defense position. You can banish this card from your graveyard's fusion, summon 1 fire warrior or dragon fusion monster from your extra deck by shuffling materials from your hand, field, and or graveyard into the deck, but destroy it during the end phase. You can only use this effect of Salamandra Chain once per turn. It's really interesting. And again, like the fact that it's generic for fires, maybe. Cupid Serve. Unaffected by the activated effects of monsters, except monsters whose level is equal to or lower than this card. You can banish up to 3 cards from your graveyard and increase this card's level by that number until the end of this turn. You can only use this effect if Cupid serve once per turn. Interesting level modulation. It'd be nice for like synchro plays, but it can't special summon itself, so right now pass. Another Assault Overload, can't use that. Another Duel app. Why do I keep finding you? You were like the one fusion monster I keep finding. And Pirelli. Or Pirelli. If this card is normal and special summon, you can add 1 Pirelli card from your deck to your hand, except a quick play spell. You can target 1 Pirelli quick play. Yeah, this is way too specific to archetype. God, we are not getting anything for cards. Alright, anyway. Let's go ahead and we'll do one more duel on the day. I like to have 5 duels that I keep in the video, so let's see if we can't get another good one. And hey, if we win this one, we go up to silver. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't too bad, especially if they run any sort of burn, we get free gold pride. Only problem being, we don't have a good way of getting into our initial play. We kind of have to set up for a turn. Okay, we're small worlding. Son of a bitch. It's my favorite archetype. Hi, Vaylantz. So you banished Nizuki and Mad Marquis to add Nizuki. Super, what the fuck? Okay, this card does not function right now. You have a spell trap in your graveyard. You activate Necro Valley. Here comes Nizuki. And what the fuck? I am so confused right now. This is not the Vaylantz combo. Sir, you have lost your Vaylantz privileges. Hand the deck over. Oh, you were very unfortunate with that one. I'm not special summoning this turn, like, at all. Alright, summon Uppercutter. Uppercutter effect activates. Go and search out Chief Second. Go to battle phase. Attack over Prodigy Wakazashi. Main phase 2. Set code hack. Pass turn. I swear that was not out of spite, whoever you are. You glorious bastard. I'm still trying to figure out that small world play and the fact that he's running Super Heavy Samurais in a deck with spell cards. Okay, summoning Scion. That is a slight problem because that means that Nizuki's now live. Yep. So now he has basically free reign for Link summons. Of course, normally you want to do this after you've gotten at least a little bit of more material than this. Oh, I see. He's doing Scion, so Scion can either destroy this or return it to hand. Well, I'll take a free search. Plus now Nitrohead's going to be active. Excuse me. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we now have less life points than our opponent, so now Gold Pride Nitrohead's active. And we got G-Golden Rockhammer. Okay. Let's summon Nitrohead. Summon Nitrohead here. Activate effective G-Golem Rockhammer, discarding Mathmech Multiplication to reduce its level by 2. Normal summon G Golem Rockhammer. Rockhammer's effect activates. We tribute it to special summon 3 G Golem tokens. And now we can special summon into Encode Talker. Because all Encode Talker requires is 2+ Cybers. Does not care if they're tokens. Now we have 2 linked monsters. Encode Talker's effect is active, and we can also use Code Hack to protect Encode Talker. And Encode Talker protects Nitro Head, so we are in very good position right now. I am going to check this guy's deck, though, because I know how Vaylantz should play. I want to see how he built it. I'm very curious. I'm always curious to see, like, how other people play the decks I like. Like, whenever I see a DDD player, whenever I see a Vaylantz player, I always check the deck. Alright, anyway, Nitro Head, special summon a token. Now, the question is, what shall you do with that token? Alright, so activating Vaylantz Awakening solo activation. Yep, Shinonome, that's what you usually do. Shinonome is going to special summon itself. Shinonome searches out the field spell. Yep, that's fine. Yep, Shinonome adds a field spell, so probably adding one of the Vaylantz worlds. Well, it can add any Vaylantz spell, or no, it's just spells, so only Vaylantz spells. So adding Vaylantz Wars, the place of beginning. You do also have solo activation. Alright, activating place of beginning. Adding Shinra Bancho. Sending Necro Valley to the graveyard to activate Shinra Bancho, which does mean we are going to lose our Cynet Storm because they activate for us the Koenig Weizen. And now their Vaylantz Awakening in graveyard is active. Well, it was active with the Necro Valley, but I guess they just wanted their stuff. So now they can move Shinonome. Shinonome's effect activates upon moving, adding a Vaylantz monster from deck to hand. However, in response to that, so that they don't get to use Koenig Weizen against us, we will pop our Nitro token. The Nitro token pops itself and Shinonome. Shinonome still gets to search for the monster. Adding Vaylantz Voltage Viscount, that makes sense. That's going to be annoying, actually. Yeah, because Voltage Viscount's going to special summon itself, place one of the Vaylantz cards in the back row, and then they can use Shinra Bancho to special summon it forward. Okay, so they do understand how the Vaylantz deck works. They just have a weird way of doing the combo. Adding Nizuki. Yep. Vaylantz World Shinra Bancho. Summon Nizuki forward. And they can put Scion in. Ooh, sneaky. Okay. Yep, move Vaylantz Voltage Viscount over, and then they can put Scion in the zone. And they're going to get rid of my Nitro Head. Oh, they put Scion over there. Alright, I was expecting to put him over there. Scion moves forward. Yep, activating Koenig Weizen, move my Nitro Head back. Activating Scion to try and negate my Encode Talker. Okay, he does get the negate off. I think he was actually hoping for the other effect, because from here he doesn't have a path into any other Vaylantz. The only other thing he has is I don't believe he's used his normal summon yet, so he might be going for... Oh no, he's going for, yep, Beyond the Pendulum. For a second I thought he was going into Gallant Granite. Yep, Beyond the Pendulum's effect activates, he pays 1200 life points to search out any pendulum monster. Of course, until he pendulum summons, which hasn't pendulum summoned yet this turn, but he also doesn't have any pendulums in hand. He cannot activate monster effects, and the card effects of any cards in the pendulum zones are negated. So adding Dominator Duke sets Dominator Duke. Dominator Duke's effect gets negated. He activates it still. Effect gets negated. Okay, linking off again for Exceed the Pendulum. And end phase. Alright then. Draw for turn, Metal Reflect Slime. So now we activate your Shinra Bancho, special summon our Nitro Head. Thank you very much. Now oh no, actually we don't summon Uppercutter, we summon Chief Second first. Now we can normal summon Uppercutter using Chief Second. Uppercutter's effect lets us search for another Battle Unboxer. We will grab Veil just in case something happens. I don't think it will. Special summon into Granosaurus Giga Cannon. And that should be just about all she wrote. Because Giga Cannon can still attack over Exceed the Pendulum. And then Encode Talker and Gold Pride Nitro Head kills. And I think he realized that too, so that's when he surrendered. Like I said, we are going to check the deck after because I want to see what he was cooking with. But that is the last one for the night. So if you're only interested in seeing the matches, this is where you guys can get off. But anyway, let's check this out. Oh, interesting. Okay. So there is a little bit of Super Heavy Samurai in here mixed in. He's got a really interesting extra deck. Yeah. Barrier Statue of the Drought instead of Fossil Dinopachycephalo. He is running Gallant Granite, though. Super Heavy Samurai Prodigy. I'm trying to figure out why this is in here. This card uses synchro material and add to your extra deck face up. Is it for the synchro plays? Is this your only tuner in the deck? Yeah, I think that's why that's in the deck then. I guess he has one other Super Heavy Samurai in case he needs it. But yeah, he only has that one tuner, and that's the only way to go into Sideframe, Lord of Omega, Borlord, Savage Dragon. Which I guess there are a lot of level 4s in Vaylantz. You can get into them pretty easily. Other than that... Interesting that he only runs one copy of Shinra Bancho. Usually I run 2 copies of each, and then 2 copies of Place of Beginning. Because the field spell is so vital. No secret village of the spellcasters either. I do respect that. I will say that much. I don't like Vaylantz decks that use secret village of the spellcasters. I think it's a cheap way to win. My personal build of the deck doesn't use it. Yeah, I don't like it. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth when I see Vaylantz players playing Floodgates. I like to play Board Breaker. But anyway, yeah, we even got some Performer Pal in here. 1 Spring King Dragon, 1 Spring King Gate Monster, or 1 Soul Spring King from the deck to the hand. He doesn't have anything from what I saw in that list. He doesn't have anything. I mean, I guess maybe Pendulum. No, that doesn't count either. Activate this effect. The attack player can apply the following effect. Add one of your banished spells to your hand, then discard it. And if you do, negate that attack. So damage if a monster battles a monster, you can turn this card to the hand. If you do, banish 1 spell from your deck. For that battle, your monster can. Okay, so it's basically just there for protection. Very interesting way to use that card. I guess it's also just a high scale. That's a rarity in Vaylantz. No Kaiden Kendo. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Kaiden Kendo Spirit. Yeah, that's what I usually use in my Vaylantz deck to go into higher scales. So that's interesting that it doesn't have that present either. Huh. No Senate Switch either. I do run one copy of Senate Switch. I don't think it's great. It's literally just in there for like if I need another way to move things around so I can search it with Place of Beginnings. And let's take a look at this extra deck. Of course, Avermax, Access Code Talker, Beyond, Electromite, all the usual stuff you expect from Pendulum. They don't run all three fusions, which I run all three fusions, that's just personal preference. But they do run the two important ones of Arctos 12 and Genesis Grand Duke. The Synchro monsters are interesting. I don't run any Synchros in my build. Again, though, that's just personal preference. I don't want to dilute my pool with tuners. And like I said, I go for Board Breaker. I don't go for negates, really. One other card that I'm noticing in the extra deck that I use, and he's not, is I run Nightmare Unicorn. Just as like a bit of extra board break. I run a lot of the Nightmares. I run Cerberus, Phoenix, and... wait, is it Phoenix or is it Griffin? I don't know, I'm getting distracted. I run a lot of the Nightmare cards in the extra deck just for more board breaking. Yeah, I don't know what went wrong for that guy. Other than him trying to use Small World in the worst way possible, because he basically went -1 for no reason. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I guess Nitrohead was also kind of fucking with him, but regardless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is another win. That is another pack. We'll crack it open real quick, and then I'm heading to bed. So let's go ahead and pull this pack up, and we'll also probably pull what like legacy packs we have just because we have them. Alright, what do we got? Great Sand Sea, Golgondo. I believe we already had... No, we don't have one of those. All Spring and Xyz monsters in the field gain 1,000 attack. You can only use each effect of Great Sand Sea. Not saying that again once per turn. If you control no Spring and Xyz monsters, you can discard one Spring and card, especially summon one Spring and Xyz monster from your extra deck. If a face-up Xyz monster you control would leave the field by card effect, except during the damage step, you can trigger one monster your opponent controls. It cannot attack for the rest of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. I mean, interesting. I don't think we have enough Spring-ins, though. More Sidra stuff that I can't use. Kaijus that I do think this might be this run, this might be the previous run. I know somewhere I pulled Kizujiru, I think is the name of it. Like the biggest kaiju. It's like 3,300 attack. The only reason I don't use it is because I don't have anything in my deck that can get over 3,300. Evermax. Or not Evermax, Equimax. Oh, how did I just now think of this combo? Oh, hold on. Okay, that's something we're immediately checking when we get back. Anyway, Reiko, Twilight Sworn Fighter. If this card is almost on flip face up, you can banish one Light Sworn monster from your hand or graveyard. Banish one card on the field. Well, it requires a lot of Light Sworn support. Not really the best thing for me right now. Bujinji Centipede. If you control Beast Warrior type Bujin monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Then target one spell trap your opponent controls, destroy that target. You can only use this effect once per turn. Unfortunately, Bujins are not really the greatest. Exploder Dragon's nice. If the show is destroyed by bounce into the graveyard, destroy the monster that destroyed it. Neither player takes any battle damage from attacks involving this card. Alright, Tindangle Drelth. Flip. You can take one flip monster from your deck except Tindangle Drelth and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. If this card is in your hand, you can discard one other card, send one Tindangle card from your deck to the graveyard except Tindangle Drelth, and if you do, special summon this card in face down defense position. You can only use the effect of Tindangle Drelth once per turn. It needs more Tindangle stuff. This is like the first Tindangle I've pulled. UA Blockbacker. You can special summon this card from your hand by returning one UA monster you control to the hand, except UA Blockbacker. You can only special summon UA Blockbacker once per turn. This way, once per turn, when your opponent special summons a monster, you can change their battle positions, and if you do, negate their effects. And that's on quick effect too, so that's... Oh no, that's not a quick effect, that's just win. Okay. Anyway, like I said, the kaiju files reminded me that I probably have a kaiju, so we're gonna open these up later. Give me a sec while I check if I actually still have one. If I do, this is amazing. I do. Jizukiru, the star-destroying kaiju. I thought I still had him around. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be very interesting for me. We're going to take out Memory of an Adversary. That has literally never come up. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have an easy way to get rid of, I believe, either one or two monsters. I forget how many tributes that specific kaiju needs. Regardless, an easy way to get rid of monsters that normally can't be destroyed. And that also gives Equimax a shit ton of power. So yeah. Also, we are going to go ahead and... I can't believe that completely bypassed my memory. It took pulling the kaiju files to remind me that I had a kaiju. Alright, let's see what we get from... Ooh, Clear Kuribo. Unfortunately, one of the weaker Kuribos. When your opponent activates a monster effect that will inflict damage, you can discard this card and negate the activation. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can banish this card from your graveyard, draw one card, and if it's a monster, you can special summon it, then change the attack target to it. Yeah, if you can discard this one, it's really good, but otherwise, not really. Column switch. Target one monster in your main monster zone, move that target to another of your main monster zones. This is... Somehow we have Senate Switch at home, which Senate Switch is already... Like, we have Vaylantz at home, so... Yeah. Not exactly great. Other than that, anything really in here... Huge Revolution. That'd be amazing if I could pull that off. I don't think we have any of the normal monsters we need, though. Because what does this need? It needs people running about, oppressed people, and united resistance. I don't think we have any of those. Aside from that, I don't really see anything. I mean, Soundproof is a very niche one. I mean, I guess if we have a single archetype come back into play... Like, if for some ungodly reason, Tenpai gets back into meta status, that is a nice thing to have in our back pocket, but for right now, we're gonna leave that be. Darklight ain't bad either. I'm looking at it. That's basically one-sided. It's weird. Because you have to tribute a dark monster with 15 or more attack. That's easy enough to do. So, I don't know. We might look at, see what all we can do with that. But regardless. Actually, we still have some tickets. Let's finish out the number of tickets we have, and then we'll head out. I swear I'm not feeding my cardboard crack addiction. And I swear that I am not having strokes. God, I just cannot... Ooh, hello, Space Insulator. Monster's card points to lose 800 attack. So this is like Code Talker, but in reverse. When a Cyber's Link monster is linked summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card to your zone that monster points to, but it cannot be used as link material. Also banish it when it leaves the field. Can't say that's really great, actually. I mean, it's another Cyber, so it's very generic. But, just, yeah. Aside from that, we got some more Performa Pals in here. Pitch Dark Dragon, I remember, used to be something. Right, it was a union. Worm is funny. Honestly, I have a soft spot for the worm archetype just because of the mill strategy it tried to do. Turbo Cannon requires Turbo Rocket, so can't really use that. Yeah, nothing really. Excuse me. But anyway, that's going to be all the time we have for tonight. Thank you all so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Go check out some of my other videos. I have a ton of content on Yu-Gi-Oh! As well as various other card games, whether it be MTG, Inscription, or like I've been saying in the past couple of videos, basically asking, would you guys be interested in Hearthstone? I'm going to say probably not, given that not a single person has said anything about that. So if you have any other card games you'd like to recommend to me, let me know down in the comments below. Beyond that, though, thank you all so much for watching this one, and have a good day.